I'm Kate Campbell.
I'm Mayank Kumar. It's Jack Liu.
I'm Sam Schrader.
And today we'll be discussing JCPenney's fair and square pricing strategy. Alright, first we want to go ahead and set the scene here with the timeline of JCPenney's. JCPenney's was founded in 1902 by James Cash Penney under the name The Golden Rule. The first store opened in a Wyoming mining town under the code of fair and square pricing. The idea that you could walk into the store anytime of the year and receive an everyday low price. James Cash Penney did not believe in sales and believed in always offering the lowest price. In 1952, a little over 50 years of being in business, we received annual sales of over $1 billion. In 1998, we started our e-commerce website, and in the early 2000s, we found ourselves sandwiched in between two competitors. The mass marketing competitors who took the lower end of the market, such as Walmart and Target. They were able to offer mass merchandise for lower prices, and we found Nordstrom's and Macy's above us. And in 2008, we found ourselves in a further decline in revenue based on the Great Recession. Many retailers were feeling the pressure of the recession come 2008. JCPenney in 2011, sales were lower than they were in the 1990s, which was something that was very concerning for us. And we also found ourselves having spent $1.2 billion to execute 590 sales events and promotions. We also found ourselves bringing in $17.3 billion in annual revenue. And as you can see here, our competitors such as Kohl's, Macy's, Target were doing slightly a bit better and significantly better than we were in terms of the revenue that they were bringing in. And because of that, weak stock performance, we also had declining sales, as you can see, and overall decreasing market share. So in 2011, William Ackman came in, purchased a majority share of the company, and brought in Ron Johnson as our new CEO. Ron Johnson came from Target. He was the VP of merchandising. It was there that he was able to come up with the innovative idea of partnering with high-end designers to produce cost-effective fashion lines, and was able to work with Steve Jobs to create a very successful Apple retail presence. So we found ourselves at this crossroad where we wanted to evaluate our pricing strategies as a way to potentially take this need for our consumers to use coupons and sales as a way to stay engaged with us as a retailer. So to set the stage for you here, there are two types of pricing strategies that are very commonly used in retailing. The first one is high-low pricing. The second is EDLP pricing. High-low pricing is used by many retailers. It's the idea of a firm charging a high price for a product and then subsequently decreasing the price through sales, coupons, promotions, markdowns, and it maximizes the average price paid by different types of customers. The idea is you have some customers who will pay the highest price because they want it now. The other side of that is you have consumers that want to purchase at a lower price and will wait until that price goes down. So you're able to maximize what you're getting from two different types of customers. It's used by JCPenney's, used by Kohl's, used by a lot of retailers. EDLP pricing stands for everyday low price, and it promises the consumer the same low price every day. This may sound very familiar as Walmart is kind of the champion of the EDLP pricing strategy in the market. It frees consumers from waiting for sales and coupons, and it also frees retailers from having to pay lots of money for price promotions, in-store events, catalogs, and circulars. So let's talk about our fair and square pricing strategy. The fair and square pricing strategy we implemented in 2012 was a hybrid between high-low pricing and everyday low price. The three pricing tiers within fair and square pricing strategy are as follows. Reduction of everyday prices by an average of 40%. That would be your everyday low price strategy. Month-long value events with special pricing on seasonal items. So think back to school, Father's Day, Mother's Day. The idea is to offer a 20 to 29% discount on top of the 40% discount. And that would be a high-low pricing strategy. Lastly, we have our Best Price Fridays with special deals on items we're looking to liquidate. So in a sense, that would be your clearance items, which would have an additional significant discount on top of them. Also a high-low pricing strategy. We had to support this strategy with other changes within the company. The new pricing strategy was supported by avoiding the use of the word sale and clearance. We wanted to remove that from the vernacular of our customers. Stores within a store. This was a huge piece of our strategy. The idea was to partner with people like Martha Stewart, Levi, Sephora, to have a bunch of specialty shops that existed within a JCPenney storefront. We had our new store design, which focused on a town square layout, a central hub within the middle of the store. You had your aisles, which were actually termed streets, and along the streets you had your specialty shops. We also rebranded and brought ourselves in a new logo as well as a new brand spokesperson in Ellen DeGeneres. We felt really strongly about this approach and about everything that was supporting our new pricing strategy. So we launched our fair and square pricing strategy along with the support strategies in 2012. How did it go? Not great. Within the first 3 months, we had decent feedback. 67% of products were sold at the first price, the fair and square price, i.e. the highest retail price that we offered. But by March, we started to see negative returns. Our 2012 first earnings report had us down 19% in sales revenue, and we saw a 28% drop in our e-commerce sales. We also took a big hit, a $163 million loss, which then affected our stock performance. It was down 20%. The problem that we saw coming up through our customer and consumer opinions were that there was a disconnect between what we thought we were offering, the best everyday low price, and what our consumers saw in terms of value. In studies done, we actually were offering most of our products at the lowest price compared to our competitors, but our customers did not see it that way. They did not rank us as a company that was offering the best value. And because of that, we were losing loyal JCP shoppers to competitors. So we found ourselves needing to intervene, make some changes to hopefully pull ourselves out of this negative situation, which leads us to our problem statement. What is the right pricing strategy that will lead to an increased retail market share?
Now with that problem statement, let's take a look at the nature of our demand. Who shops with us? What's our core customer? What do they want? What's their core values? What's their secondary values? Our customers, in general, are middle-class female family shoppers, very conservative. They are well into the game of sales and deals. There's a trend for increased peripheral shoppers. Basically, the shoppers come in JCPenney once or twice a year, and less frequently they are the core shoppers who shops with us year-round. They have lower medium household income, and to target that market, 1/3 of our stores are located in small towns, rural areas. Now let's take a look at the bigger picture of the demand. For the US, the department store has not been doing well in general. Ever since 1985, the sales has been on the decline, with lower end of the market being captured by big boxes stores like Walmart and Target. The higher end of our customers tend to go to the higher end department stores such as Nordstrom and Macy's. Interestingly though, the online apparel sales for the US have been on the growth. Our major competitors are all investing heavily on their omni-channel sales experience. We really need to amp up our game there. So who are we competing with? It's not easy to be a department store manager these days because you are competing with 4 different types of competitors. Other than the department store themselves, you have the big boxes running everyday low price strategies such as Walmart. And then you have companies like Target who captures customers with their collaboration with higher end designers. More importantly, the specialty stores who focus on a narrower market. Also, the international fast fashion stores who are entering the US, such as H&M and Zara, their strategy is shorter product life cycles, faster time to market, and really is lower price for a higher end design. Let's look at our climate. So on the political side, remember our core customers are conservative, traditional families. They may not agree with everything has to do with our new spokesperson, Ellen DeGeneres. And on the economic side, we have just came out of the 2007 and 2008 Great Regression, when the department stores really saved their lives with aggressive high-low pricing strategy, playing the coupon and deals games. While JCPenney is trying to get rid of that strategy, our competitors are still playing it. And that's not just for our competitors. Our customers have been in the game of high-low pricing strategy for so long, they learned how to use coupons and hunt for deals. You can argue that deals has become their secondary value. At the same time, time and place has changed. JCPenney's target to become the social hubs again may not be the case, especially in larger cities. Now, shopping malls are established and be the de facto social hub, so it might be redundant for JCPenney to get back into that role. Technology-wise, a lot of our competitors are heavily involved in omni-channel. The mobile apps enables them to hunt for deals more efficiently. They can pull out the phone and look up competitors' price instantly. And that's another tool for them to continue to enjoy the coupon game. As far as brand life cycle goes, JCPenney has seen its growth and its maturity, and now it's standing at arguably the turning point from maturity to decline. But it's not just JCPenney. Our peers are all telling the same story. The sales has been slipping, and our customer base is in doubt with our new pricing strategy. They are not being triggered by it very well.
Thank you, Jack. Now I'm going to talk about the SWOT analysis of JCPenney. The biggest strength of JCPenney is that we are a very old company. We are more than 100 years old. We have been in business for a long time, and we have a very loyal customer base. We have more than 1,000 locations throughout US, and we have a very big infrastructure in the form of 41 million square feet of retail space. So there is no reason why we can't come out of this phase. Secondly, I'll talk about the weakness. The biggest weakness we are facing right now is that we have a very low market share among all the competitors. Secondly, we didn't do our market research well enough before implementing the fair and square strategy. Now the biggest opportunity we have right now is in the form of e-commerce and omni-channel market. Till date, we have been focusing on the brick and mortar stores, but the world is changing. So we can focus our energy on the e-commerce sector and also improve the omni-channel experience. Other opportunities include collaboration with fashion designers and store decorators in order to enhance the store environment and improve the overall shopping experience. And last, we have some threats in the form of emerging competitors, and the most important threat we have right now is that our fair and square strategy hasn't been received well among the consumer segment. So first and foremost, we need to evaluate it and then come up with an alternative. So now I'm going to speak about the marketing mix of JCPenney. That is the 4 P's. So the first P is the product. Now what products do we offer? We offer home apparel for men and women, fashion accessory, beauty products, home decor, and a whole lot of products which you can see in the retail store around you. The second P is the price. So as Kate had mentioned earlier, we have moved from a high-low pricing strategy to a everyday low pricing strategy. which is also called as a fair and square pricing strategy. We don't offer coupons and discount that we used to do it earlier. We are targeting middle class and lower middle class families. Now the third P is the promotion. We have gone all out and aggressively promoting our new strategy. The promotion has been in the form of, we have launched a new logo, we have appointed a new spokesperson in the form of Ellen DeGeneres, we have introduced a new monthly magazine, we have introduced a new advertising campaign, and so on and so forth. So there has been a lot of promotional activities done by our company in order to talk about our new pricing strategy and build our brand. And the last P is the place. As I said earlier, we have a lot of retail outlets. We have been placing the services at the center and the products at the perimeter. So all this activity has been done in order to improve the overall shopping experience.
Now I'd like to just briefly come back to our problem statement. Is that how do we find the right pricing strategy to increase sales? And to come up with strategies, we've come up with a number of alternatives. And the first is return to the high-low pricing strategy that has worked well for us in the past with aggressive coupon marketing. And we know in particular the core JCPenney customer expects these coupons, and they feel that when they're able to use these coupons, they're getting a good value. There are some disadvantages to this, and one of which is some other consumers may wonder, are we going to change pricing strategies again? Are they truly getting the best price? This could ultimately create some confusion. And additionally, this could make some question their perceptions as to the quality of the JCPenney's in-house brands due to the substantial discounting. The next option would be to continue the fair and square pricing, but continue to focus on integrating new brands within JCPenney. We know that the integration of Sephora was a very good one for our company, and we could continue to offer integrations not only outside companies, but also niche products, such as clothing tailored to millennials or big and tall. To do this, however, we feel that we need to conduct some fairly extensive market research to really figure out how each of these integrations would help our underlying business. Because of this, our sales may initially decrease to even below where they are right now. And finally, this is a highly competitive market. Stores like Macy's and Walmart are major players, and we really need to compete with them, so we need to offer something that they do not. And for our final alternative, we could leverage our extensive real estate portfolio and develop an omni-channel marketing presence. An advantage of doing this, we could simply sell and raise capital from underperforming stores. And we could also use our high-low strategy with aggressive couponing to use similar sales tactics as we would in a store. Unfortunately, this alternative may abandon some of those core JCPenney's customers, particularly in rural areas. Additionally, on the e-commerce side, it will take an extensive amount of development to build our platform, as while e-commerce sales are going up and up, our e-commerce sales are a relatively low proportion of our overall revenue. So ultimately, the fair and square pricing strategy has not worked, and we need to abandon this and now switch to a high-low strategy with aggressive coupon marketing. We think this will re-engage our core customers, as this is what they look for when they come to shop at JCPenney, so we need to give them what they want. And we feel that we can do this in the short term. In the longer term, we need to change our business strategy to adjust to the changing dynamics of clothing sales. We think probably the crux of this is to develop our e-commerce platform further. And this will take longer than just simply rolling out coupons. Additionally, we also feel that we can leverage our real estate holdings to help with our omni-channel presence. And to break this down, again, we think that we can return to the high-low pricing with aggressive coupon marketing in fewer than 6 months. We've done this for many, many years in the past, and it shouldn't be hard to transition back. And to help with the marketing budget in this area, we can actually we can eliminate the JCPenney catalog. This would save approximately $133 million, and instead use the money that would be spent on the catalog for coupons delivered on a variety of platforms, whether it be the mail, email, or mobile devices. In the longer term, we need to develop our e-commerce online platform. And again, we can integrate our high-low strategy with aggressive couponing as well as flash sales. And we think that we can engage the core JCPenney customers to buy the merchandise they would buy in the store online. And also, we plan to leverage our real estate holdings and constantly assess if stores are performing, and if not, we can shift those resources more online as clothing sales or the revenue from this is going up and up across the global market. In terms of contingency planning, if this doesn't pan out within our 2-year plan, we'll be more aggressive in terms of leveraging our real estate holdings and then devoting more of our attention to our e-commerce platform. And we're confident that with some mix of these, we'll be able to again re-engage the core JCPenney customer to deliver what they want.
That concludes our presentation on JCPenney's fair and square pricing strategy. We hope you enjoyed, and we look forward to further discussion on e-learning.